What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. Today we're on version 10.3.1 and we're going to see if full self-driving beta can drive me home from work. Is it really ready for people's commutes? This is what people will really want to use it for so they can have less stress driving home, and we'll see if it's ready. So we're going to this first destination I set up just to, oops, I did that on accident, just to get us out of the parking lot, and then I'll have to just switch to the next destination to get me home. So it waited really nicely there for that truck that was coming and pulled out really nicely and confidently. That was actually really good. I was a tiny bit worried about that pickup coming, that the car wouldn't see it, but it saw it great, and that turn was really good. So like I said, I just need to change the nav one time here, and that will take me almost home anyway, pretty close. And yeah, so we're going to see how the route or how the car does on this route. Now, the really cool thing about this route is that I've done this same thing multiple times, and one time it did take a different route due to traffic, but we can compare how it's done over time on this same route through the different versions. Now, it's been pretty good, and I think the last time I did this was actually a version 9 build, so I will have that information down below or somewhere at the end of the video, at least for sure. I'll have all the stats. Here, I'll show you the stats now from the old drives, and then at the end of this video you can see the stats from this drive added into that chart, and we'll kind of see the comparison over time. But yeah, so let's let the car get going. We're starting off here, tiny little bit of braking there, not sure why. We're starting off here, first a roundabout, and then some quick roads, a few turns, and then we'll have some highway driving as well. So if you are enjoying these videos, please hit like and get subscribed. It really helps the channel, and you'll get to see my newest videos. I got some really cool stuff coming out this month. So yeah, anyway, let's let the car do its thing and enjoy. So entering the roundabout here, roundabouts have not been nearly as good for me as they were in past builds. For whatever reason, it seems like the developers have turned back on the option to stop at yield signs. So we're moving through really slow and awkwardly. Okay, so then it decides to go through. So I didn't intervene there, but it wasn't a very good look going through that roundabout, because of course you're not supposed to stop at a yield sign if nobody is at the roundabout. And then the car kind of slowly just kind of sat in the roundabout and then continued. So here's another problem on my route. We have a speed limit 35 ends, and yes, that is a really stupid sign. I don't know why it's like that. Then the state speed limit applies, which here is 55, so I have to bump it up. I'm going to bump it up to 60 because that's what people drive on this road, and we'll let the car handle that. But that is an intervention. That is something I had to do. This guy pulling in front of us, the Tesla brakes just a little bit and then continues. Very good. Handles that much better than on the public build. So the rest of that road was not terrible. We had a couple little speed dips there. We went down 1 or 2 miles per hour, I think 2 times. So taking a right here, another kind of complaint of mine, the car is just a little bit awkward in that it, oh man, okay, we should not have got in front of that guy. So I did the accelerator there. I thought the car was gonna stop and it did not. So you can see he looks pretty far back, and I need to up the speed limit because now he's annoyed that I pulled out in front of him. He looks far back, but he's actually decently close behind us there. So yeah, that was not a very good move. So sorry, now it's braking. Okay, let's not brake check the guy that we just pulled out in front of. Not a good look again. Okay, so now we need to brake here. Put on the turn signal. Oh, buddy, you're doing terribly right now. So I threw on the turn signal there so he would know. And hopefully the car will move through here. There's plenty of time. And a really slow turn, really awkward. Still, wow, yeah, that wasn't very good at all. None of that was good. I have to up our speed again because this road, again, I know it says 25, but really it's 55 on this road. So. All right, so coming up to this left, this is probably the hardest move of the whole drive. Seeing to the right is pretty difficult. There's lots of trees. The left is wide open, but yeah, seeing to the right is hard. So we do have a car coming. I would stop, and the car is stopping. Okay, it was still rolling just barely, but it was going slow enough that I knew I could take over if I needed to. So we have 2 more cars, pickup and another pickup, and then we should be good to go. The car should go right now. Go right now. And it's not going. So it's just waiting. Oh, okay. There's a message on the screen that says it wants help. So I'll tell it to go, and now it should go. Okay, so I had to tell it. So we'll count that as an intervention. a little slow. Okay, that's not terrible. We'll count that as an intervention because I had to assist the car. Apologies, of course, when I'm driving the car, when I'm responsible, I'm looking at the road. I don't peek at the screen all that often. So that's a message. I'm going to bump the speed up here again. That's a message that the car will ask, and I see that again often on these kind of rural roads that are really fast, and the car, while it hits the brakes, my foot is on the accelerator right now, basically says like, you know, take over for me, let me know it's okay to go. So I see that pretty often as well, and I don't know, I've been seeing that like since the beginning, so I don't know what Tesla's really going to do about that. So really nice there, moving over for that pedestrian. He was by the mailbox. That was the perfect move. I was kind of, okay, see, now we're braking like for no reason at all. So, okay, hit the accelerator. It's like this build has been so bad with that. And 10.2, I didn't notice it as much. And it's like such a weird regression, especially when there's nothing there. I did just reduce the speed down to 50, which is the speed limit. I'm kind of preempting some comments saying like, well, you're having the car speed, it's not supposed to go that fast. So let's see, going 50 for the rest of this road, if it won't do the random slowdowns. Now, train tracks, there, it slows down. It always slows down a bit after the train tracks, which is really weird. But we'll see for the rest of this portion if we get any phantom braking at the speed limit. Okay, in the end of the road here, this is the correct lane to be in to get onto the highway. Coming in a little hot, but should be okay. The car usually handles this pretty well. Oh, that's pretty fast, and I had to take over. Dang it! It always does that well, and I always joke that that little piece of cement, you can see that people always hit that thing. I mean, it's just all scraped up, and the Tesla has always done it perfectly, and that time I had to disengage. That is so lame. I don't know. It's always handled it fine before this this video, and this build, I should say. But yeah, that time it didn't. I will say Tesla Vision has been very good with this merging situation. With the radar on the older builds and in my Model 3, when somebody was merging on like that, it was a lot sketchier, but you could see from the visualization that that truck coming onto the highway was dark gray, meaning my Tesla is tracking that truck, making driving decisions based off of its movements. It's very good at letting people on when it's a good time to do so. Sometimes it'll brake, maybe when I wouldn't, but yeah, overall very safe and very respectful of people entering the highway. All right, so as expected, pretty uneventful highway driving, heading for the exit now. And the car did fine, nothing special happened there. I will say one annoyance I've had in the past few versions, so this Model Y has no radar. It's always been vision only, even before beta. I didn't notice it when I first got the car, but on the highway, when a car slows down, it does fine there. But then as the car in front of you speeds back up, this Model Y on this version takes forever to kind of catch back up to that acceleration. So let's see, we're gonna go right through that yellow. That's the same thing I would have done for sure. And blam, very nice there. It takes forever to accelerate again. So normally when I am driving myself, not filming a video, I am always hitting the accelerator in that situation. I don't know why, it's very strange. I don't remember that in older versions, but yeah, I didn't do that too much on the highway there. I'm trying to not really do anything. But yeah, that turn was beautiful, very nice. And we continue here, we stop behind the stop traffic, very good. And then on this road, I'll leave the speed limit. I always set it to 60 on this road, sometimes even 65, just because traffic is going so fast here. And again, I want to kind of blend in with the flow of traffic, but I'll try to leave it. And we'll see how it handles this. So the next move coming up is one that it just pretty much always screws up, but we'll see. Maybe it'll do it okay for the video here. All right, so as you can see here, just getting passed by absolutely everybody. At least we were in the right lane, so they can pass us, no big deal. And then we have our left turn coming up here. Now, I have had a bug in the past few versions here where the car, here it is, let's see, I normally just take over, but before this, we need to make a left turn here. It will change lanes back into the right lane. It happens like almost every day, not every day, but let's see if it'll happen right now. Happens right about here. So there's the turn signal. And it gets in, so I normally take over. So let's see what it's gonna do here. Yeah, and then it hits the brakes and turns its turn signal back on. So I'm gonna take over there so it doesn't do anything stupid, because it already is doing something stupid. So like, I don't understand. Like, it does that every day. I always report it. So I'll let it, wow, look at this turnaround it wants to do. That is ridiculous. So heading for this right turn should not be a problem at all. I will note, we passed, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 Michigan lefts on the left there that the car could have taken. It has taken those before, so I don't know why it's taking this route today. You know, whatever, for whatever reason, it's picking something different. Actually, to be honest, kind of prefer this, depending on, I don't know how it's gonna cross. I assume that's a stop sign and it's gonna do poorly. I can almost guarantee it. Moving out of the way for that car, I assume. But I kind of prefer it not. Well, I don't know. The Michigan lefts work okay if there's not a lot of traffic, but for the most part, it doesn't do a very good job. And I'm kind of a proponent of, if the car is going to struggle with something, like a Michigan left, let's say, is very difficult for it, it should just pick a different route. Because I don't care how I get from point A to point B. I just want the car to do it and to do it safely. All right, so slowing, we're too far back. Keep going, keep going. All right, so now we're, okay, it did stop barely below the stop line. And then it needs to stop here. Okay, so that was moving a little fast towards these cars. I was not that comfortable, but, oh, there is a gap here. Is it gonna do it? Whoa, hey, that was pretty good. Okay, I had to hit the accelerator, it had to go faster, but that was actually a really good take on that gap there. That was surprising. I've never seen it do that well. It still didn't go fast enough. So then here, same thing. Let's see. Now, in this update, they did... Okay, you gotta stop here, you gotta stop. That's good. It's a little nerve-wracking. All right, I gotta hit the accelerator. It's just pulling out too far, and it's not gonna accelerate fast enough. So they did up the frame rate, you know, whatever frames per second, which should help with those fast approaching cars. But I don't know. I do not have much confidence in those maneuvers across with really fast cross traffic like that. Above maybe 40-ish miles per hour is where I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to let the car do this. So really fast. Oh man, wow. Okay, I mean, it was really good, but that was way faster. I thought the car was going to slow down to get around that car on the left there, but nope, just went right past it. Did fine. It did fine, but yeah, it was kind of weird. So back on some dirt here. The car doesn't have too much trouble with dirt. The biggest complaints are that it does not avoid potholes. It doesn't seem like at all yet. It doesn't even attempt to. Sure, some of y'all are appreciating the nice fall colors we have. So we need to turn right here, and again, this road, I think the speed limit's 55, but people go 60, and it says waiting for high-speed cross traffic. It needs help, basically. So I can't see that well because there's trees. I'm gonna tap that, and we are good to go, but it needs to go fast, and not fast enough, so I just have to take over and accelerate there. We had plenty of room. So because I took over, I have to turn the turn signal off. We had plenty of room, but not plenty of room to casually pull out in front of that person. And then, of course, whenever you pull out in front of somebody, you don't want to go slow because then you're super annoying. So we'll bump it up to 60, which is the speed I normally go on this road. And even then, believe it or not, people will pass me on the opposite side, even when I'm going 60 sometimes. This road's very ridiculous. it's so funny because then you get behind somebody like this, I say this road is so crazy, and then every once in a while someone does not care. I mean, they were going as slow as 39 and as fast as 50, so I'm not sure what's up with the big changes in speed there. They're not paying attention, but we have a right turn here. Pretty good. It goes down to 15, which is a good speed. I usually would take that turn a little faster myself, but it's really not bad. So yeah, really nice at least the right turns are really nice. And then dealing with the high-speed cross traffic is kind of the biggest weakness right now, among some of the other weaknesses anyway. So we're about to take this last left turn up here. We'll see how it does. But I'll give you my thoughts right now overall before we finish up. It was not a very good drive, to be totally honest. I'll try to put the stats up. There's the stats. I would give this drive like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. Like, it's just not very good because I had to help it several times. Now, of course, the beta's not done, and the whole point of doing this is that it's not done. And so finding those things it's bad at and getting the car to go through them and fixing it and reporting it. So from that aspect, that's fine. But looking at this as a product for people that are like, oh, I want to, check it out. I want to try it. Is it really ready for your commute? Well, of course, I can't answer that for you, but you can look at my commute and take this information and kind of think about it for yourself. We did have a lot of different scenarios. We had slightly city at the beginning, just barely. Roundabout. Highway is very good. And then some more rural driving that we're seeing now. So it still, has a little bit to go on a lot of these things, especially, the high-speed cross traffic. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what the plan is going to be. For now, I wish the car would just avoid it. But overall, for like me being a random person owning a self-driving car, from kind of that perspective, it's amazing and really cool and fun. But from someone, if you just want to kind of chill and relax, it's not there yet. And that's not the point of the beta program. The point of the beta program is to find these flaws so that Tesla can fix them over time. So this final left turn here usually does pretty well. Sometimes it'll be a little goofy, but overall, no big deal. It's handled traffic here okay, but okay, don't not make the left turn now. Okay, it's handled traffic here. This is like one of the worst it's ever done. Okay, there you go. Good job. It's handled some cars there before, but I don't normally encounter much traffic. So yeah, overall, that was the drive. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I love it. I mean, I think it's a lot of fun, but I can see, when people say like, oh, it's not what I thought, and it's a little too stressful. Like, I get it. That's the point, though. There's still a lot of work to be done. And having those interventions, clicking the camera especially, I think is the biggest one, will help Tesla make the system better, and get it better for everybody else out there. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and you will see me and Full Self Driving Beta in the next video.
So Autopilot and I are happily driving along.